Good day, and we will discuss again another topic, which is about opportunistic mycosis. But we will only discuss here the genus Aspergillus. Although these genera are also opportunistic fungal organism, but they will be discussed in separate topics. Like Candida and Cryptococcus will be discussed for the yeast and disease production. And same with Rhizopus, Mucor, and Neisseria, they will be discussed on a separate topic. So we will discuss the Aspergillus, which are known to be widespread in the environment, produce pigmented colonies after 3 days under aerobic condition. The thermotolerant species Aspergillus fumigatus can grow at temperature that range from 20 to 50 degrees Celsius. Respiratory pathogen in many species of animals. Toxins are elaborated by Aspergillus flavus, resulting to condition known as aflatoxicosis. More than 190 species are recognized, and a small number are implicated in opportunistic infection in animals and humans. A few are known to produce mycotoxin. So the species causing opportunistic infections are Aspergillus fumigatus, which we will discuss in detail, Niger, Flavus, Nigellans, Stereus. And for the mycotoxin production, most important are Flavus and Parasiticus. So for the Aspergillus species, it is a member of the phylum Ascomycota. And as mentioned, there are more than 190 species of Aspergillus. Most often involved in tissue invasion is the Aspergillus fumigatus, saprophytic mold widely distributed in the environment, present in the soil, and decomposing organic matter. The sexual stage or thalomorph is not known for most Aspergillus species. They are aerobic and grow rapidly, forming distinct colonies after 2 to 3 days of incubation. The color of the overside of colonies varies with species and condition of culture. So since the Aspergillus species are known to produce various pigmented colonies, different colors are known to be blue, green, black, brown, yellow, or reddish in color. Aspergillus fumigatus is an osmotolerant fungal organism growing with temperature range from 20 to 50 degrees Celsius. Clinical infection are usually respiratory infection that develops following inhalation of the spores of Aspergillus. Occasionally, infection may occur following ingestion of spores in feed or following tissue invasion through trauma. Systemic infection is associated with immunosuppression. The mycotoxicosis caused by the production of aflatoxin by the Aspergillus species Flavus and Parasiticus that may grow in cereals and other foods. So these are the tiny spores that can be easily airborne produced by the Aspergillus. So this is the life cycle of Aspergillus. Once the spores are inhaled, this will be followed by germination and hyphal elongation and branching, and the production of hyphae at the plateau phase of the fungal life cycle. What are the sources of infection? Soil, air, where the spores are inhaled, water and storage tanks in hospitals, food, compost and decaying vegetation, fireproofing material, bedding, pillows, ventilation, air conditioning system, computer fans. So they are commonly found in the soil, in decomposing organic matter, in overheated or poor quality hay, and in decomposing compost heaps. Spores are present in dust and air. As we mentioned, there are toxins elaborated by Aspergillus, like the Flavus species, in stored food, resulting to aflatoxicosis. So the Fumigatus species is known to produce most of the clinical conditions in animals. It produces protein antigen, with which is known to stimulate both the cellular and humoral immunity. For the pathogenesis and pathogenicity, infection with Aspergillus has been recorded in many species, like in birds, horses, cattle, dogs, cats, primarily a respiratory infection after the inhalation of spores produced by Aspergillus. And then there will be germination of these inhaled spores and followed by a hyphal invasion of tissues depending on a number of factors. Aspergillus spores adhere to the collagen, fibrinogen, fibronectin, and laminin with the production of various enzymes like protease and elastase, fibrinolytic and anticoagulative properties. Gliotoxin is an important virulence factor of Aspergillus, known to inhibit the activity of cilia and phagocytosis by macrophages. The immune competence usually determine the outcome of infection, and various predisposing factors are corticosteroid therapy, long-term treatment of antibiotics, and interference with the neutrophil and monocyte function, which predispose to tissue invasion. For the diagnostic procedures, we have endoscopic examination to detect lesions in the nasal cavity and the guttural pouch, biopsy specimen or tissues taken at postmortem, tissue section stained by methanamine silver or by periodic acid shift method to reveal the hyphal invasion, isolation using subaraldextrous agar, PCR, serological tests like ELISA. So these are the different clinical conditions associated with Aspergillus fumigatus in different animals. We'll start with poultry or birds. We have the brooder pneumonia that occurs in newly hatched chicken in incubators. Pneumonia and aerosaculitis, commonly affecting chicken and poults of up to 6 weeks of age. Older birds are occasionally affected, and disseminated or the generalized aspergillosis as a result of dissemination or spread of infection, usually from the respiratory tract. Horses, it can cause guttural pouch mycosis confined to the guttural pouch and often unilateral. Nasal granuloma produces a nasal discharge and interferes with the breathing of horses. Other fungi, other fungal organism may also initiate this condition. It may also cause keratitis in horses, localized infection, following ocular trauma. Intestinal aspergillosis results to enteric infection, resulting to diarrhea in foals. In cattle, reported abortion, usually in the last trimester or late gestation, has been reported that produce thickened placenta and plaques of skin of aborted fetus. Mycotic pneumonia has been reported in house calves. Mycotic mastitis also that results from the use of contaminated intramammary antibiotic tubes. Intestinal aspergillosis may cause acute or chronic diarrhea in calves. In dogs, it has been reported to cause nasal aspergillosis, which involves the invasion of nasal mucosa and turbinate bones occurring sporadically. Otitis externa was also reported that may constitute as a part of mixed infection, because otitis externa can also be caused by other pathogens, bacterial pathogen, and other fungi. Example is the yeast Malassezia pachydermatis. So it is a mixed infection. And dissemination aspergillosis, which is uncommon or rare, but may result in osteomyelitis and discus spondylitis. So in cats, it can cause systemic aspergillosis, but this was rarely encountered following immunosuppression. Okay, So the broader pneumonia in young chicken affects newly hatched chicks, develop somnolence and inappetence, and many may die. Yellowish nodules are present in the lungs, air sacs, and occasionally in other organs. Histopath evidence of tissue invasion by the fungi and culture is the diagnostic procedure. Control is strict hygiene and fumigation of incubators. In mature birds, infection follow inhalation of spore-laden dust derived from contaminated litter or feed. Poultry and captive penguins, raptors, and citizen birds may be affected. Clinical signs are dyspnea, emaciation, yellowish nodules resembling lesion of avian TB in lungs and air sacs. Dissemination may occur to other internal organs. Diagnosis, histopath, and fungal culture. Guttural pouch mycosis in horses. Develop plaque-like lesions in the mucosa of the pouch wall. Develop tissue necrosis, thrombosis, erosion of blood vessel wall, and neural damage when fungal hyphae penetrate deeper tissues. Clinical signs are epistaxis, dysphagia, and laryngeal hemiplegia. Post-auricular swelling and unilateral nasal discharge follow accumulation of inflammatory exudates in the pouch. Diagnosis is based on the clinical signs, radiographic evidence of fluid accumulation, demonstration of characteristic lesion by endoscopy, demonstration of fungal hyphae in biopsy specimen, and isolation of fumigatus from lesions. Treatment is by infusion of antifungal agent into the pouch, surgical intervention for serious hemorrhage, and the oral and systemic antifungal therapy is infrequently used because of the potential toxicity and effective cost. Nasal aspergillosis in dogs is encountered in young to middle-aged dolichocephalic breeds. Clinical signs are often unilateral, persistent profuse sanguinopurulent nasal discharge with sneezing and bouts of epistaxis. Diagnosis and treatment. For diagnosis, through radiography to reveal an increased radiolucency of the turbinate bones, culturing and histopathological examination of biopsy material to confirm. And treatment is through administration of itraconazole through tubes inserted surgically in the frontal sinuses and nasal chambers may be used together with systemic treatment with fluconazole or voriconazole for 6 to 8 weeks. Next, we have mycotic abortion in cow. Occurs sporadically and its prevalence is influenced with poor quality contaminated fodder harvested in wet season. So the organism, the fungal organism proliferate in damp hay, in poor quality silage, and in growers' grains. Infection reaches the uterus hematogenously, causing placentitis, leading to abortion in the late term of gestation. Affected cow usually show no signs of systemic illness. Intercotyledonary areas of the placenta and thickened and leathery and cotyledons are necrotic. Aborted fetuses have raised cutaneous plaques resembling ringworm lesion. Diagnosis is by culture from fetal abomasal contents and histopath evidence of mycotic placentitis. And that ends our discussion on aspersions.